A day for reflection, a day to think of what might have been, as both Ipswich Town and West Ham United look back over the Premier League season, and one which didn't go to plan for either. Ipswich Town relegated, back in the Championship after just one season. West Ham United stay up, but might have hoped for a top 10 finish, given last summer's £100 million investment on new players. Here's Bowen, now Fulkrug, back with Bowen. He's done well to create the opening.
There we go, first signs of a little combination partnership. Bigger than a little one. You don't see that often now, do you? But with a 3-5-2 system, then West Ham have got a little bit of a leeway to maybe play into Fulkrug, and Bowen
struggling to get away from Scholes, but doing well to find Broadhead, and a slip by Todibo has allowed Nathan Broadhead to get in behind the West Ham defence. Hutchinson now, and still he drives on and forces the save out of Fabianski.
Yeah, run out of angle, didn't he, Hutchinson there, because I think Kilman does well, but initially Todibo gets in an awful mess. It's a 2-on-2 situation. You can't dive in because that creates a 2-on-1, but fortunately for him, Broadhead slips. You can't dive in when you're 2-on-2.
Here's Davis. Broadhead! Terrific save by Fabianski.
It's far too deep, and there's the shot earlier from Broadhead. That's a good stop. Goes with his wrong hand, if you like, or the right hand. Yeah, it's a good stop, though, from Fabianski, isn't it?
Bowen again looking to take on Davis. Ward-Prowse. Fulkrug somehow managed to get a foot to the ball, got there ahead of Twanzebe.
And then the type of the crosses that he wants in there, Fulkrug. Ball came in from Ward-Prowse. It was just a straight ball in.
Souček. Bowen. Bowen again. Turned away by Walton. Ward-Prowse was following up. And Christian Walton to Ipswich's rescue.
Twice as quick as everybody else in thought and in, well, the way he gets about the pitch, Jarrod Bowen. Just different class, isn't he? Everything speeds up when it's around him. He creates things, makes things happen. Look, quick exchange of passes. No, that was a nearly moment again. Ball went up to him and he nearly got hold of it and nearly got Bowen in. I just think if they just can get a decent ball into the pair of them. Here we go.
Hutchinson in behind Scholes and rattling that against the outside of the post.
But Ollie Scholes again getting a little bit caught out. He gets fortunate. Ball over the top. He's in, and he really should have gone for that far post instead of the near anyway. But the way they come up from the Championship, they think that they can sustain that style of play. I think you've got to mix it up. That would be the message.
Oh, it's been given away by Morsey. Ward-Prowse to put West Ham in front. And not for the first time this season. Ipswich creating their own problems. A gift from Sam Morsey.
Right on cue, really, Tony, when I was saying about making the same old mistakes, going backwards, losing possession when you don't need to. Unfortunately, he gives it straight to Jarrod Bowen, who reverses it to Ward-Prowse, and it's a goal. But there you go, look, the first fault is go backwards. No, get on the half turn, look forward. Bowen's onto it, and that's the difference in the Premier League and the Championship. Maybe you wouldn't get caught out like that in the Championship, but in the Premier League you do, and that's what happens. It happens, and it goes in the back of the net.
Hutchinson. Davis. Well, he has scored from that position for Ipswich this season. Scored a cracking goal against Leicester City here. Late run into the penalty area by Leif Davis. Broadhead. The gap's there, and it's one which has opened up for Nathan Broadhead. Terrific finish, and Ipswich level.
Well, that seemed to open up really well. It's a poor bit of distribution from Fabianski. Tried to get it away quickly, and it comes straight back from where it came from. Good little ball in here, as you can see, but this just opened up a mile. Look, lazy defending from Todibo, just stood there. Broadhead approaches Todibo here. If you just watch at the defending here, this is so lazy. Ball comes into Broadhead, great goal, takes it really well, but look at this for defending. Look at Todibo, just, there we go, look, just stands there and lets him go past him. The others are retreated and he fires in that near post. Really good strike though to beat Fabianski in the end. Well done Broadhead, but you have to question that defending.
Ward-Prowse. Helped on again by Bowen. Back with Bowen. There's a gap for Bowen, and it's one that he's found. Superbly struck. Four in 4 games now for Jarrod Bowen, and he's done at Portman Road what he did against Ipswich during the first half of the season. An assist and now a goal. A terrific goal.
Well, he's just on a different level, Jarrod Bowen. Just speeds up when it's around him. I mentioned it in the first half, Tony. Look, ball comes into him. It's a good little exchange of passes with Wan-Bissaka. But from there, look, just across defenders. Maybe they could have defended better. But what a strike on the end of it. Just speeds the game up entirely. The rest of them have got to get in sync with him and get him the ball quicker, because he can do things like this. Goes across that midfield area, fires in on that near post. That's a great drive.
Jack Clark getting the ball off to Debo. It was a magnificent effort, but it arched for Ipswich's liking, the wrong side of Fabianski's post.
Yeah, just didn't have the curl at the end of it. Again, Todibo, a little bit lazy in possession this time. Look, just sticks a leg out. That's poor, poor. Clark nicks the ball off him, goes inside, tries to curl for that far post, strikes it well, but he doesn't quite get that little curl on the end of it. But there's the easy giveaway in possession.
One back by Rodriguez. Kudus. Rodriguez again. Kudus. Brilliant finish. And that surely now has seen off Ipswich Town's Premier League challenge. Class and quality showing in the end, and Ipswich creating their own problems again.
Yeah, they give it away in midfield, Tony. Kudus is onto it, gives it out to Rodriguez, gets an exchange of passes, and it's a great strike, isn't it? This is what this lad is capable of as well. The two standout players for West Ham, Bowen and Kudus, two great finishes this afternoon, and they're the guys that are worth the big bucks. Here it comes inside. They don't get close enough. Leaves in that little bit of a space. That's all he needs, because that's a great strike. You'll see it better from this angle. Look at the curve on that and the pace. What a strike.
Clark. Hutchinson. It was a brilliant intervention to keep out Amari Hutchinson.
Great run, wasn't it? Give away on West Ham in the midfield there. Clark, who's done really well since he came on, gets it across the area, and it's just done enough there, hasn't he? Kilman with the block on that far side.
His final game for West Ham United after 12 seasons at the club, and before that the 35-year-old had a successful spell with Ipswich Town.
Yeah, is it? Really terrific time at West Ham, and they've got such high regard for him, the fans, and the fans of Ipswich Town as well. Such a good player, Aaron Cresswell. Really great left foot, so caused some great free kicks. Great servant for West Ham, and he deserves this ovation from everyone. Great career.
Jack Taylor giving him a reminder that there's still a game on, but only for a second or two. A 9th consecutive home defeat for Ipswich Town. Kieran McKenna's team are heading back to the Championship. West Ham just too strong, going in front through James Ward-Prowse, set up by Jarrod Bowen, who was able to claim their second goal just 3 minutes after Ipswich had drawn level through Nathan Broadhead. And it was Mohamed Kudus who wrapped it all up for the Hammers. At Portman Road then, it's finished. Ipswich Town 1, West Ham United 3.